This was a Kickstarter pick from a ways back that I got. It's called Murder Most Foul. It is a murder mystery party game.
Yes.
In every sense of the word, this is not a traditional board game, not even a traditional role-playing game. It's one of those games where everyone has a role, and you are walking around an actual house and trying to solve murders and stuff like that. The way this one is actually structured, one person is the host. It was you.
It was me for all the games we played, because I was actually the host of the event.
Yeah, and you were murdered. Mm-hmm. And one person is the detective, and they're going around trying to figure out who killed you. Everyone else is a guest, and throughout the rooms, you hide weapons, which are everyday household objects, but they're signified with either a string. We use a little piece of tape, so they know what's a weapon. If you have a weapon and you're alone in a room with someone, you can kill them. If both of you have a weapon, you rock, paper, scissors to see who dies or not. And you also have different roles.
Like you may want to, because you start by the line, you get a random card. You may want to kill this person. You want to help this person next to you.
So that's sort of where the why you would want to kill people comes in. And the detective is just going around. So the detective also wants to know, what are the murder weapons? How was the host killed? Who had that weapon last, etc. I never played as the detective. I was always a guest.
No, in fact, I think the detective was the same person like 3 times.
Yeah, we had some interesting turnouts of that.
So
this was, I just want to say, this is the first time, I think for both of us, we've ever attempted a game like this. That was this, like the closest thing was 2 rooms and a boom, but even that has, I want to say, more structure to it. This is really more of a theatrical kind of a party game.
It's supposed to be that dinner party.
Yes, it's actually structured. It's supposed to be structured around an actual dinner. We didn't do that. We ate beforehand, but
we should have.
You can do that. Yeah, we didn't plan it that far in advance. So it went well enough. I mean, we actually played it a few times, which is another thing that I think you're supposed to play this over the course of an evening, but we played with a bunch of game-heavy people. I don't know if that contributed to it or not.
So, well, it does in the sense what happened is people can have treasure cards, including the host. He always has a big treasure card.
Right.
And like a few people realize they're just going to stay in a group of 4 and gather all the treasure they can.
I should say we were playing with, what was it, 50? I think we had 12 or 13 people.
And of course, the detective, one person who was detective twice, realized the best way for him to win was to keep the host alive until he killed everyone but one other guest. Therefore, he can guarantee guess who killed the host.
Yeah, so this is where it's sort of the letter of the law versus spirit of the law really comes into play. We had 2 incidents like this. The one you're talking about, the detective was killing off guests, which I didn't go back and look. I don't think it was strictly a rule, but it definitely should have been. Maybe it doesn't have to be, but for our group, it clearly needed to be.
We have a lot of sociopaths in our group.
Yeah, so our last game we played, almost everyone was killed by the detective.
Everyone but the detective, one other guest, and me. I actually lived through that one.
Now, it does say in the rules that if the host doesn't die, everyone loses, no matter what. So that is something to take into consideration. So that was weird. The other one in our first game, our friend Ivan was just a regular guest, but he just decided to murder everybody.
You died like, what, the first 2 minutes?
Yeah, he killed me like immediately, and I was just like, well, okay, bye, I'm done. Which, again, is something you can do. It's not against the rules, but it certainly created a strange, perhaps not the atmosphere the designer intended for the game. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff that can go on. And of course, the game, they encourage, this is the kind of thing, ideally, people would have costumes and all that kind of stuff. We didn't really go that deep into it. We did for the first game, people came up with names and stuff like that. But so it was a very interesting experience. I definitely had fun playing it, but we definitely found that as a game structure, it didn't hold together very well. Even disregarding those weird things, it was hard to find an incentive to do much if you're not the detective or like the person who killed the host, maybe. This is really the kind of thing that I think you have to go all in the role-playing side to get the full enjoyment out of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely think all of it came from the our problems were either the people wanted to win with points because treasure gives points, or the detective like, I'm gonna win by guaranteeing my guess.
The whole win system is sort of a weird thing because it almost feels like a game that almost shouldn't even have really a winner, but it has to have something. It's a tough thing to do with games like this. I don't know exactly. We actually even tried a couple house rules ourselves that I thought were all right, but not perfect or anything like that. But they were fun to try. But it was definitely an interesting experience, and I don't know that I'm like dying to play this game again, but I definitely want to try similar games.
How about trying that hot sauce?
Yeah, it does come with a hot sauce called Poison, which you can...
I did not get poisoned.
You can use it actually to like put on someone's food, and if they taste it, they're dead. We didn't actually do that because people have allergies and stuff like that. But I do want to try that hot sauce. I'm kind of scared of it. But that is a great, unique gimmick. So I think you can get this. It's on drive-thru RPG. Not very expensive. It is. I think if you know you have a good group that's going to get into the role
that's
playing,
willing to get into characters instead of just. If they're the kind of person when you play a story game, they're just like, all right, I moved forward and that's the end of the story. You don't want to play that.
Yeah. You might want to give it a try for that reason. The hot sauce I don't think is available anymore. Special hot sauce. So.
You can always just buy the hottest, I think the bomb is one I know.
I'm sure you can find some hot sauce out there that'll help you.
If you enjoyed this video, it was just a snippet of our full-length podcast, which you can find on our YouTube channel every week. So please go ahead, like, and subscribe for more board game-related content coming at you in the future.
And don't forget to check out rollforcrit.com, where we actually sell a lot of the games we talked about, as well as post news and all our other videos. Until then, I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit.